Good morning, I'm Isaiah Jacob. Yesterday, Ohio State rolled Indiana 91-78. Bruce Thornton scored 25 points and became the all-time scoring leader at Ohio State. The Buckeyes will be back in action this week in the Big Ten tournament. The Blue Jackets dropped a heartbreaker last night in overtime against the Utah Mammoth 5-4. The CBJ play the Kings tomorrow at 4 p.m. Ohio State women's hoops lost to the 2-seed UCLA in the Big Ten tournament yesterday 72-62. And the Columbus Crew back in action, tied with Chicago last night 0-0. Up next for the Crew, they travel to Nashville this Saturday at 6:15. For the NBA, the Cleveland Cavaliers have a big one today against the 2-seed in the East, Boston Celtics at 1 p.m. Jared Allen is listed as out for the Cavs, while Donovan Mitchell is expected to suit up. For the Celtics, Jason Tatum is expected to play. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Oh, baby, it's time for On the Money because let's face it, it's more fun that way.
Sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Here's Scotty Vegas and Dave Biddle.
You guys got to understand something. When you're starting a new program and you're building something, you need a player that you can lean on that can help you establish that standard. And he was that guy.
It's been a privilege to have him in our league. He's handled himself well. He stayed in the same place. He's been an unbelievable performer. He's got class. I'm a big Bruce Thornton fan, and today he ate us alive, so give him credit.
The whole goal is really to hold that trophy up at the end of the day.
This possession. The importance of this game for the Buckeyes and their tournament hopes off the charts.
Thornton under 5. He fires.
Inbound is thrown to Bruce Thornton, right corner of the backcourt. Thornton hits the timeline. 9 seconds left. Thornton dribbling, drives right to the lane. Thornton stops in the lane, goes to shoot, throws it up and in. Bruce Thornton.
Here's Thornton taking it hard to the rack, and he got it to go. It's a 3-point game.
7:33, Ohio State with 45 seconds left in the half. Thornton, 3, left point, nails it. Bruce Thornton. Now the all-time leading scorer in Ohio State history with a 3-pointer from the left point. Bruce Thornton, 50-33, Ohio State with a lead.
Welcome to On the Money. I could just keep listening to that. Great job by Isaiah Jacob putting that together. I am Dave Biddle, joined by my friend Scotty Vegas. I don't even have to ask you how you're doing. We already talked about it. We're both just like floating on air. We have our dancing shoes on. We're ready to roll, baby. Let's go. Next week is Selection Sunday. That was so cool yesterday, Scotty, seeing Ohio State knock off Indiana and just dominate, seeing Bruce set the record. I'm feeling really good. How about yourself?
I got goosebumps because yesterday was just absolutely perfect. I have not stopped smiling. I really haven't. Like, this has just been, what a week, Dave. Think back to last Sunday, and you're getting ready for that Purdue game, and the odds of Ohio State making the tournament last Sunday, they were plus 160 to get in, just to get in. Again, that was before Purdue. You go, you upset Purdue at home. That was awesome. Then you handle business on the road against Penn State. And I know Penn State's not very good, but it can be a tricky place to play. You win that one. And then you follow that up with yesterday. And Indiana is fighting for their lives as well. They're trying to get into the NCAA tournament. So it's a huge game for them. You sell out the Schottenstein Center for the first time since 2022. And then you've got a guy on senior night, on Bruce Thornton bobblehead night, that sets the all-time scoring record, and he does it on an incredible 3 right before the end of the first half as Ohio State's on a huge run. Like, it was just the absolute storybook performance, day, week for Ohio State hoops. And now you're right. Now we know this team and Bruce is going to play in the NCAA tournament.
They're an absolute lock. It's fantastic. I mean, I feel great for Bruce. I feel great for Jake Diebler. I feel great for everybody I know who is a diehard basketball fan like you and Isaiah. Just feel good for Buckeye Nation. It's just an awesome feeling. We've got a great show for you guys. We're going to go over the odds to win the national championship in men's college basketball. We're going to talk a lot of Ohio State basketball on the show. We have odds for who's going to be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, Pittsburgh Steelers, and a few others. We have 2 segments of Scotty Doesn't Know in the second hour, and we're going to talk some Ohio State football with spring ball kicking off on Tuesday. But let's get back to Ohio State men's basketball. Obviously, Bruce setting the record is the story of the night, the story of the day today. But man, not a very close second. I need to respect Bruce. Amari Binham turning into a star right before our eyes. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. He was doing a little bit of everything yesterday. Stealing the ball, then going the distance for a dunk, blocking shots, hitting threes. I mean, and you called it. You said it a couple weeks ago, and I did. Thankfully, I agreed with you. This is one of the times I agreed with you, Scott. No, but seriously, you said, I think he's got star potential. Yeah. And we're seeing that right now. What a game out of him. And Junie's, I'm calling him Steph Curry light. Maybe very light, but because that's a high bar. But man, sometimes he will remind me a little bit of Steph Curry. I just like the way this team's coming together, obviously.
Well, and gosh, there was a promo that ran on the Fan for years of Thad Matta saying the battle won't be decided till March, right? And the fact is they're trending in the right direction. They're getting healthy, right? Having everybody back and expecting now Brandon Knoll to likely be back in the next week for the Big Ten tournament adds another piece, another depth piece to this team. But most importantly is you're peaking at the right time, right? This last week gives you the confidence that not only can this team get in the tournament, but it's a dangerous team, because what do we talk about in March all the time about teams that you're trying to pick in your bracket of teams that you think can make a run? You look at their guards, right? You're like, okay, if you can make a run in the NCAA tournament, you're probably going to have an experienced, good point guard, and you're going to have the ability to shoot the three. And right now, that's exactly what Ohio State has. That is like the recipe of what Ohio State has. A great backcourt, an experienced backcourt, and now they're hitting those threes. Like we talk about how hot Bynum is and that dunk yesterday. I could talk about that dunk for about 15 minutes, how sweet that was.
Just an absolute hammer dunk. Gus Johnson called that the best dunk that he's seen all year.
Yes, and it was incredible. It was incredible. But the fact is, Bynum has also turned his game into, as you said, he's a good outside shooter. He's actually hit 12 of his last 21 from three. And let's also not forget the fact that he also had 9 rebounds. So he is stepping up all around game, and he is kind of developing into that potential superstar, because I think if you look at this team, there's one guy that you would say, all right, this guy is a future pro, a future star, and you would say Amari Binham. And when you get into the tournament and you have a future pro and you have the backcourt and you have the shooting, we're all excited about this team being in the tournament. Now I'm starting to get those feelings and those daydreams about, this team might make a little bit of a run.
Definitely. The way they can shoot the three. If Junie gets hot, Bruce gets hot. Amari does his thing. Tilly's a solid player. I mean, Devin Royal can play. He's hot and cold, but, he can get hot. He can do a little bit of everything. Yeah, and I definitely think Bynum's coming back next year. I don't think he's going to transfer elsewhere. I don't think – you never know. If he continues to blow up like this, you never know what might happen. I think he's going to come back next year at Ohio State, and I think he's going to have a monster sophomore year. And you can just picture him in the NBA as a three-man. He's a 4 in college. He could be a stretch 4 in the NBA, but he's going to be, the way he's shooting and how athletic he is, he can play the 3 in the NBA, and he's plenty big to do that. And it's very, very exciting. He just continues. I thought he was good at the beginning of the year. He just continues to get better and better and better and better, and it's so cool to see it. I tell you what, you mentioned something that's interesting. Michigan and Duke are the 2 favorites to win the national championship right now. They're pretty bracketed together, but they're both dealing with injuries now. Not to their main guys, but this can hurt you because Michigan had a really good point guard coming off the bench, LJ Cason, and now he's out for the year. And again, he's coming off the bench, but he was their best 3 shooter. That could hurt them. Duke now has a couple guys banged up, including one that might, we'll see. It's not looking really good. He had a huge boot on. He's their 4th leading scorer. Again, I don't think, obviously they're still the 2 best teams, but stuff like that can definitely hurt you in March because Michigan really only has those 2 point guards, and now they're down to really just 1.
So I will tell you, Dave, I did a little investing this morning. I know it was an early morning, right? That hour forward, boy, that really hit me. But I will tell you, the first thing I did was I started looking at national championship odds, because there is a team that I've circled that I'm like, I got to get some investment in this team. Watching them over the last 2 weeks, and oh, by the way, they won it all last year. Florida.
I was gonna guess Florida, yes,
and I got them at 9-1. And I couldn't believe it. I think the value on that is fantastic.
That is good. It's already down to 7-1.
Yeah. So I love the value on Florida. They will be a 1 seed.
And they're healthy, too.
They're healthy.
Big guy their leading scorer missed a game, but he's fine.
He's good. Yeah.
Yep.
That's one team that I've circled. Now, talking about Ohio State and their tournament prospects, because I mentioned at the start of the show that last Sunday they were plus 160 to get in the tournament. Now they're a lock. They will absolutely be in.
Yep.
There's a site called Bracket Matrix that takes 101 different NCAA tournament bracket projections, averages them together and all that stuff, and they put it out. And Ohio State, of the 101 brackets, they're in 101. Like,
are they a 10 seed? Are they like around a 10 or 11, or where are they at?
So everyone has them in. So that's first.
That's huge.
And then now we're seeing that they are looking at, some have them as high as a 9 seed right now.
Nice.
And then a lot of them have them as a 10 or an 11. However, if you're looking at it, most people do not have Ohio State in Dayton, which, again, the last 4 teams in the tournament have to go to the play-in games in Dayton. You want to avoid that. You want to just get in the main bracket. Almost all of the brackets now have Ohio State comfortably enough in that they wouldn't have to go play in Dayton. Now, it is locked in that Ohio State will be the 8th seed in the Big Ten tournament.
Yep.
So they will play on noon on Thursday, and it will most likely be against Iowa, who Ohio State just lost to a little over a week ago. But that is the most likely opponent. And then, Dave, I was talking to Ryan about this last hour. How much does Michigan care about the Big Ten tournament? They're a 1 seed. They only have 1 conference loss on the year. They're a really good team. No matter what happens, they will stay a 1 seed.
Did they win it last year?
Did they win the Big Ten tournament last year? I don't know off the top of my head.
I want to say they did, and then they did get to the Sweet 16, but then they
did, yeah.
And then, obviously, I always thought when Ohio State won, this wasn't always the case. Like, I always kind of liked it if they lost somewhat early.
Yeah.
Michigan State seems to get to the semifinals and lose every time. Like,
yeah.
Izzo doesn't want to play that extra game because he knows it's
you're
really
locked
just for
in
TV.
at that point.
Exactly. No doubt about it. And one more thing, before the game yesterday, I looked at Ken Palm rate, and I know that I don't think the committee looks too hard at the Ken Palm, but I always like Ken Palm rankings. Ohio State was 27th before yesterday. Not that Indiana's ranked high, but Indiana, that's still a quad 2 win. They even before yesterday, they were ranked 27th according to Ken Palm. So that's interesting.
And we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves here, but if Ohio State were to beat Iowa and you get that shot in the quarterfinals against Michigan, and I know OSU played Michigan very well up at Ann Arbor, played them terribly here in Columbus.
Michigan just smacked them around here.
But that third opportunity where you would have a noon quarterfinal game against a Michigan team that might or might not care all that much, I love the opportunity that if you get to play Michigan in that quarterfinal, and it means a lot more to you than it would to them as far as seeding goes, I kind of like that as a no-lose situation where Ohio State, that's a fun, because if you lose that one, okay, you lost to a 1 seed, but how big of a difference would it make if you could kind of pull that upset too? So I kind of think the ceiling is probably a 6 or 7 seed for Ohio State in the tournament.
Up next, we're going to talk more Ohio State men's basketball and also daylight saving. Why? This is On the Money.
We know everything about you. We know you love the Buckeyes. We know you love the Jackets. We know you're wearing a red shirt. I just freaked the hell out of someone. So bad.
Forget the pot of gold. Save some green at all 4 Coghlan Kia locations. Get 0% plus no payments for 90 days on select new Kia Sorrentos, Sportages, and Tellurides. Or buy a new 2026 Kia K4 for $279 a month. Visit CoglanKia.com.
Coghlan has the car for you.
0% APR available for 48 months on select in-stock units. 90-day deferred payments. 5 for $279 per month for 84 months at 5.99% APR with approved credit through Kia Finance. See dealer for details. Ends 3/31/26.
He's a husband, a dad, owner of a gym. He's also a police officer. Staying strong and pain-free isn't optional. It's safety. That's why David Boardman's a QC Kinetics patient.
My job is dependent on my physical ability and my physical fitness so that I can protect myself, so that I can go home safe to my family at the end of the night.
But severe knee pain nearly took that away. Doctors said surgery, shut down the workouts. David needed another option. That was QC Kinetics. They told him,
we're going to give you the opportunity to have not one, but 2 healthy knees, and we don't have to cut you open.
They used David's own healing tools in his blood to help restore his knees. Regenerative treatments right in the office.
Since I've gone to them, I run 20, 30 miles a week.
Trust the team helping active people avoid surgery. Call QC Kinetics today for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
It's March. Send it in, big fella. That means the greatest sports weekend of the year is coming, and the best place to set the puppies and watch the tournament is at Hollywood Casino Columbus. I'm Scotty Vegas, and Thursday through Sunday opening weekend, kiss the kids goodbye and hang out from noon to 5 with the fan at the Hollywood Casino Sportsbook. A Bill Raftery impersonation contest, free throw games, free shirts, and more. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966. Onions!
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Spring is right around the corner, and if you're like me, I bet you're excited for warmer weather. But as temperatures rise, make sure your energy bills don't. Keep those cooling costs low with Window Nation's high-quality, energy-efficient products. Simply request a consultation where the experts will visit your home, spot problem areas, and make recommendations. Then they'll install your customized windows in just a day. With Window Nation windows, your home will be shielded from outside hot air while you remain cool and comfortable inside throughout the spring and summer. Window Nation's going to have your house looking great, and you'll also have peace of mind. Did you know all of Window Nation's products are backed by a lifetime warranty? It's true. There's no better time than now to upgrade your home with Window Nation. In March, the more you buy, the more savings you can enjoy. Up to 50% off all window styles. Yeah, 50% off. Plus, Window Nation's got some great financing options, including $0 down and payments as little as $199 a month. Visit windownation.com for your free consultation today. That's windownation.com.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Let's get it. Good hustle, good hustle.
2 things. Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. All right? Wildcats on 3. 1, 2, 3, Wildcats!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
T-Bone and Tybus is sponsored by Capital Ford of Columbus.
Snitches might get stitches, but they do sometimes avoid federal prison for 65 years.
Why do 10 when you can tell on a friend?
Mornings on The Fan.
It's child's play to donate your car, truck, RV, or boat to Ronald McDonald House Charities of Central Ohio. They'll pick it up free of charge, steer you through the paperwork, and a hefty tax deduction rolls your way as you help provide a home away from home for families of seriously ill, hospitalized children. For more information about donating your vehicle to Ronald McDonald House Charities, visit rmhc-centralohio.org or call 614-CARS-HELP. That's 614-CARS-HELP.
Get Eco.
Hey, Aaron, what are those?
Those are what are known as toilets, Jerry.
I know they're toilets, but why are they sitting back to back like bookends?
Congratulations, Jerry. You said the magic word.
Get Eco.
Bookends? Bookends is the magic word?
Take a seat, Jerry.
I choose this one.
A good choice. That is the world's most luxurious toilet.
Really? How much is it?
$6,500, including installation.
What? For $6,500, this thing would have to iron my shirts, shine my shoes, and sing happy birthday to me.
Get Eco.
It does way more than that, Jerry.
I'm switching to the other one. How much is this one?
$650, including installation.
Wow, that's a great deal. What does it do?
It does exactly what you would expect, Jerry.
Huh. From $650 to $6,500. Eco has a toilet for everyone.
Give it away, plumbers, genius electricians, and you can always trust our HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We are looking at sunnier skies as we head into this afternoon with high temperatures right around 60 here for today. And then for tomorrow, we'll see more sunshine and warmer temperatures back up to near 70 here for your Monday. And we'll keep 70s in the forecast here for Tuesday and Wednesday. However, we are tracking a good chance for showers and thunderstorms arriving for Tuesday night into Wednesday. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Aaron White here on 97.1 The Fan.
If you've recently seen a photo of an older Baker Mayfield fresh off a bender, it's just Bo Bishop. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan. And now back to a show featuring two dudes who've been kicked out of their homes by angry wives. This pretty much sums up every show we have here on The Fan. You're listening to On the Money.
Sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
So the only good thing to me about daylight savings time is we're 1 hour closer to watching the Buckeyes in the NCAA tournament. That's how I feel. But Dave, we zoom ahead an hour. I hate it. Why do we have to do this?
I don't know. It's the definition of we do it this way because we've always done it this way. And maybe I can get on one of the prediction markets. It's one of those things I think in the next 5 years or so, hopefully less. I don't think any more than 5 years. We're going to do away with it in the state of Ohio and hopefully just across the country, although we're focused on Ohio. We already have two states that don't do it. Arizona doesn't do it and Hawaii doesn't do it. All right. So it's not like you would be breaking ground here. So I don't know. I understand why, 100 years ago we did it, but why are we still doing it? It makes absolutely no sense.
And what's funny, maybe we should set the over-under on when this thing goes away, but I feel like every single year we have this discussion is like, okay, when are we doing away with this? Oh, here it comes again. Here we go. But it's just such a crazy adjustment. But let's talk about Jake Diebler and the turnaround of this Ohio State basketball team, because about 2 weeks ago, you see it's been a roller coaster. It really has. But you see Ohio State just in the last 2 weeks where you play great against Wisconsin, get a huge win there, and then you play about as bad as it gets for 35 minutes against Iowa. And then everybody's kind of back down in the dumps again. And then you come and you play at home against Purdue and you get a great win against Purdue. That was huge. And then, okay, momentum's back. And then can you keep that momentum going? Yes, you can. You get a huge win at Penn State and then follow that up by yesterday. And like the Purdue win's impressive. The Wisconsin win's impressive. I think yesterday, Dave, might be the most impressive of them all. And the reason why I'll say that is because Indiana was playing for everything too. They're a bubble team. They know that if they're going to try and make the NCAA tournament, they have to win. So that was huge for them. I was surprised that the betting line was only Ohio State -4. Now, I know Indiana was coming off a 30-point win over Minnesota in the previous game, but it just felt like going into this game, knowing that Bruce had everything on the line, senior day, and the way Ohio State had been playing, it was a little bit surprising it was only a 4-point spread.
And, what also made it so impressive was how Ohio State dominated the game.
Yeah.
Almost from start to finish. I say almost because Indiana got up 5-0, and then it was just an absolute avalanche after that. And it was just so much fun. Ohio State was clicking on all cylinders. I feel good for Jake. Yeah, and you mentioned the season's been like a roller coaster. I love roller coasters. It's been like a roller coaster that maybe gets stuck on the big hill at times.
Yeah.
Because if it's just a roller coaster, I couldn't use that analogy because I love roller coasters. But yeah, like the Iowa game was getting stuck at the top of the hill, and you're stuck there for like an hour, and you think, here we go. We're gonna need a new coach. Are we gonna be in the NIT? And then finally, it turns into Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point yesterday. Yeah, man, it's been awesome. And first time in 4 years they're going to be dancing. First time in 4 years, which is crazy.
And think about this, too. So the Schottenstein Center takes a lot of criticism, rightfully so, when it's a game in mid-December or it's a game against a team that's not good, right, that you see, or it's a Big Ten matchup that's at 8:30 on a Tuesday night. Yeah, the atmosphere is dead. However, yesterday is one of those times where the Schottenstein Center is an awesome place to watch a basketball game. It really is. And I get the criticism of the arena, too big and all that stuff. But 18,000 yesterday, sold out, loud, crazy. Bruce hits that three. The place just goes bananas. So as much as we criticize the shot, let's give it some credit when it is elite like it was yesterday.
And how cool was it that all of those guys were there, the former players? Obviously, Dennis Hobson was there to present the ball to Bruce. You had Jerry Lucas there. Jimmy Jackson was calling the game. I still call him Jimmy Jackson.
Yeah.
Jim Jackson was calling the game with Gus Johnson. Those guys make a good team.
They do.
They really do. I mean, Gus is obviously a Michigan fan, but he talks up Ohio State like crazy when he does Ohio State games. He makes good points. He defended Jake Diebler a couple of weeks ago.
He did.
He's looking good. He's like, hey, he made a great point, and you've made this point. You won a convince me. Now it's moot. Not you winning the convince me. My point is now moot. I was saying if Jake Diebler misses the tournament again, it is time to move on. He ain't going to miss the tournament. So Jake Diebler's going to be here. But you made a good point, and so did, you said it before, Gus. Listen, he's got somewhere between the 12th and 14th largest payroll in the Big Ten in NIL out of 18 teams, right? 12th to 14th. So you think just based on that, he should finish somewhere in between 12th and 14th in the standings, right? Finished 8th. Well, really tied for 7th. Really, no, not tied. They would have been tied for 7th with UCLA and would have been over them with the head-to-head, but UCLA won last night, unfortunately. So he finishes 8th in the Big Ten. And if you gave him a better budget, you could argue, maybe he'd be top 5.
Well, and Dave, it feels like the momentum of the program has completely shifted too, because now you're starting to look at the future and you're like, oh my gosh, think about what next year could be when, yes, it's going to be really tough to replace a leader and a star like Bruce. But now you're looking at it and you're like, oh, well, we've got an absolute potential budding superstar in Amari Binham. You've got a Mobley who's a different guy the last month, right? Who is starting to show. We saw the flashes of Mobley for his first year and a half, but now you're starting to see the consistency that you wanted out of Mobley. And then you've got those flashes out of Chapman, and you're like, oh, he can be a legit piece going forward. And then obviously you've got Royal, and so you're starting to see the momentum. And people forget about this. If you're not a diehard OSU basketball fan, I don't know how many people pay attention to this, but they have 2 guys that are committed over the next 2 years that are top 10, top 15 recruits. So while you've got all these guys that are going to be coming back that you hope to have back, you also have Jake recruiting at a high level, bringing in a couple superstars. So the momentum in the program has gone from being stagnant to now it's ticking up big time, and there's a lot of excitement.
You mentioned Chapman. I mean, he went from giving them nothing to over the last 12 games, I did the math, he's averaging 8 points a game.
Yeah.
Which doesn't sound like a lot. Compared to 0, it's a lot, and they were getting nothing from their bench. Nothing. If they can get Brandon Knoll back, even if he can just be a guy that gets in there and plays solid for 10 to 15 minutes, that'd be big. But having Chapman be an actual factor here, a guy that's really over the last 12 games averaging 8 points a game, that's huge for this team.
How many times were you and I texting each other, tweeting, seeing other people tweet about, here's a screenshot of the bench and how many points they've scored? It felt like through January and probably the first week or 2 of February, it was every game I was going to see a screenshot of the Ohio State bench with 0 points, maybe 2 points, maybe 4 points. But now you are seeing Chapman and you're seeing a little resurgence from the bench, and you might get Brandon Knoll back very soon. We're going to take a very quick 2-minute timeout. Then we're going to talk more Ohio basketball. We're going to talk Miami of Ohio. Crazy win on Friday night. That's an undefeated team. Can't wait to talk about that in 2 minutes on The Money.
I'm Yolanda Harris. I'm a journalist at 10 TV News. I grew up here, and after 25 years of telling this community's stories, this place still means so much to me. When I'm not in the newsroom, I'm usually out supporting the same people and causes I care deeply about. I don't just report about our community, I belong to it. What happens here affects us all, and that's why we care so deeply about getting it right. And when local journalism is done right, it doesn't sit still. It moves. It moves you to act, to verify, to volunteer, to speak up or lend a hand. It moves your mind by challenging assumptions and offering new perspectives. It moves you forward by giving you the information to make decisions and thrive where you live. And yes, it moves your heart through the kind of human storytelling that stays with you wherever you are. And at 10 TV, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move Central Ohio.
Hey, Columbus, big news. For a limited time, get Uber One free for a full year so you could save on food and rides. That's a $96 value on us. Just use code Columbus. Get 1 year of $0 delivery fees, 10% off eligible food and grocery orders, and up to 6% Uber One credits on rides. Sign up for this limited time offer today using code Columbus and save big with Uber One. Offer valid through 3/31/26. Savings and $0 delivery fee on eligible orders and rides only. Fees and terms apply. See app for details.
I lost count of how many foster homes I lived in. 20, maybe more. Each time, a new family, a new room, but never a space that felt like mine.
There are more than 100,000 children in foster care waiting to be adopted. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is working to help find them a permanent home.
Now I have my own room and decorated it myself. And just like my family, it's mine to keep.
If you have room in your home or your heart, see how you can help at davethomasfoundation.org.
If you haven't thought about Buckeye football today, I'm sorry to tell you that you're dead. Our condolences. Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan. Scotty Vegas is still offering player props at his kids' soccer games. This is On the Money.
Sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Welcome back to On the Money. Dave Biddle, Scotty Vegas, Isaiah Jacob. All right, Miami, Ohio, 31-0. Beat your Bobcats in overtime in a thriller at the Convo. My gosh, that was a good game. Convo, heck of a place to watch a college basketball game, especially if you're an OU student, right, Scott? You would know something about that, sitting in what they call the O-zone and yelling all kinds of things at the opposition. And it's a debate. People are, well, I think no matter what Indiana or Miami should be in. Miami, if they lose the first round of their MAC tournament, 31-1, I think they should get in. That being said, it is a legit discussion. I looked at the KenPom rankings. They have Miami 90th. I think their second best wins against Wright State.
Well, I pull up their schedule. And look, I'm with you. I want to see Miami in. Here's the deal. If they lose the MAC championship game or in the MAC tournament at any point, you don't get the automatic bid. You need the selection committee to give you an at-large to get in. And there's debate of, do you take a Miami or do you take a 8th or 9th or 10th team from the SEC or Big Ten or things like that. And I get the argument of these big schools because it's look at this Miami schedule. This was their non-conference. And look, they play in the MAC. Yeah. But here's their non-conference. Old Dominion, Trinity, Air Force, Mercyhurst, Arkansas Pine Bluff, UNC Greensboro, IU East, Maine, North Carolina, Asheville, Eastern Kentucky, Wright State, and that's probably their best non-conference game, and a school called Milligan. They played a school, not a mulligan. They played a Milligan.
Now, let me ask you this. They will say, okay, true, it is what it is, but we tried to play this team and this team and this team, this top 20 team, this top 10 team, this Power 4 team, and they all turned us down. They were all too scared to play the Red Hawks. Now, anybody could say that, but where do you come down on that? Do you think that's a reasonable excuse? Listen, we're 31-0. We tried to play bigger teams. They wouldn't schedule us. We said we'd go to your place. They wouldn't do it. Didn't have to be home and home. And all these teams that we tried to schedule said no.
I actually don't believe it. I don't believe it because if you look at all the other MAC schools, I've been pulling up all the other MAC school schedules, and you look at OU, and OU played St. Mary's. They played Louisville. They played, Marshall, who's a pretty solid team. And then you pull up some of these other ones. You pull up Akron, right? And Akron is a good comparison because they actually are one of the top teams in the MAC, and they're going to be kind of competing with Miami to get in. And they went and they played Purdue, and they've got a couple games on their schedule schedule that are impressive. So I don't know that I completely buy the argument that absolutely no one would play Miami. But it also goes back to my point that we made last week about changes that I would make in college sports. And I think the centralization of scheduling would be so important for college football and college basketball, so that we had an actual committee rather than these schools trying to go out and do their own schedules. I would like a committee to come up with these schedules.
Or a computer.
Because
a committee, that's a lot. There's a 365 Division I men's basketball. 365. It's crazy. We have one for every day of the year. We have three. It used to be like 300-ish. And then it was like, oh, man, now we got like 310. We have 365 Division I men's basketball. And I think it's a great point, Scott. It's a great point because that would prevent any of this stuff. And you could just put it into a computer, and however you would, factor it in there, and that would eliminate situations like this. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And Akron, interestingly, we're talking about Ken Palm rankings. Akron's in the 60s. And listen, Scott, I think if you were a lawyer and this was a court case, you just would have won the case right there. Like, you just blew Miami's argument out of the water. Is their argument really going to be now, no one would schedule us? Oh, really? But Purdue would schedule Akron?
Yeah.
Louisville would schedule Ohio University, but everybody's scared of you? Based on what? This is before the season. As you mentioned, Akron was thought of as a tougher team than Miami University coming into the year. Again, if you're a Red Hawk fan out there, I fully think you should be in the tournament, and you will be. Now, hopefully, if you're a Miami fan, you just win the MAC and it's a moot point. But if you happen to, I don't even care if it's their first round game, so especially if they get to the championship game and lose to Akron. Regardless, you go 31-0 in the regular season. I don't care if your computer rankings in the 90s or 80s. I think they should be in and will be in. But I understand why it's a discussion.
Well, and the NCAA tournament is about stories, right? It really is. It's like about like different narratives. And Miami being in is a very, very interesting point. Right? If they get in, it'll be like, how do they show? Right? When they play let's say they're an 11 seed, and assuming that they're not playing in Dayton where they're playing another 11 seed, let's say they're playing a 6 seed. And let's just see how that matchup kind of plays out, or if they're a 10, they play a 7, whatever. That will be kind of one of those marquee games that everybody is going to want to watch. So the NCAA tournament, absolutely, and the TV networks want to see Miami get in, because that will be an interesting storyline. Is, okay, we saw this team go undefeated in the regular season. Let's see how they do when they actually do play a name opponent. And by the way, on the scheduling thing, just real quick, I went through every team in the MAC, and I don't think there's any team that didn't play at least one legit big school opponent.
See, you just blew Miami's argument out of the water there. I think they're fibbing a little bit.
Most are only playing one.
Yeah, but they played none. And their excuse is no one would play us, and we contacted all these teams, and no one would play us. But they would play Akron, and they would play everybody else in the MAC.
Yeah, and give them credit for finding a way to win every game in the MAC, because that's impressive.
Yes.
But yeah, I have my doubts. I honestly, my feeling is when they get in, I think they're going to get beat pretty bad. If they're an 11 seed and they're playing a 6, Dave, I don't think they're winning a game.
Do you think they're definitely in?
If they get to the MAC. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I think they're in. I think they're in. Even if they lost in the MAC tournament, first game they play UMass, I think they'll be in no matter what because of the story.
I'm with you on that. Let's look at the college basketball odds to win the national championship, men's basketball. I mean, it's very top heavy. You have Michigan and Duke plus 350. They're the tied to be the favorite to win the national championship. Number 3 is Arizona, not too far behind, plus 550. Number 4, Florida. You mentioned them earlier. You got them at 9-1. They're down to 7-1, right? Then it's, Houston's not a long shot at 5th. They've got 10-1 odds, but then it gets, after Houston, it drops all the way to 18-1. That's Illinois and UConn are tied, 18-1 odds to win it all. That's the 6th lowest odds. Iowa State, 22-1. Purdue is 9th, 25-1. I'll just do a few more here. Gonzaga, it drops all the way to 40-1 for Gonzaga, and they've got the 10th best odds. And then tied for 11th best odds. This is 50-1 to win it all. Alabama, Arkansas, Michigan State, St. John's. 50 to 1. I'll do one more. Tennessee and Kansas tied for 15th at 60 to 1. I mean, we're talking about, you got like 5 teams that have 10 to 1 or lower, and everybody else is somewhat of a long shot. Even like Illinois and UConn at 18 to 1, Iowa State 22 to 1.
I know that we have seen this year kind of some of those long shots come through. Like you're thinking about Indiana, how they were 100 to 1 before the college football season started, and they end up winning the national championship. And you see the Seattle Seahawks win the Super Bowl, and they were a long shot before the start of the year. I don't think we're going to see it as far as March Madness goes, where you see a team that like really surprises you win.
And those teams were not long shots by the time the postseason started.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That, but also, like, you look at those 1 seeds this year, and it's Duke, it's Michigan, it's Florida, it's Arizona. And you can throw in, like, UConn and Houston there as well. It feels like there's a big separation between kind of those 1 seeds, those top 4 teams, and everybody else. So I have a hard time seeing like some of those that you were naming at 20, 30, 40 to 1. I have a really hard time seeing them actually win it all.
I agree with you. I agree. Yeah, it'd be different if we were like looking at it before the season, and maybe some of these teams like, oh yeah, somebody was like 50 to 1, but now it's like down to 7 to 1. But yeah, I'm with you, man. I still stick by, you asked me in the this or that a couple weeks ago, I'm giving you Michigan and Duke or the field. Who are you taking? I'm like, I'll take the field. I think the odds would be in my favor. And I still feel that way. But if you said I'm giving you Michigan, Duke, Arizona, and Florida versus the field, I'm taking those 4 against. And I'm huge on those types of bets, taking the field. But if you gave me those 4, presumably the 1 seeds, because even Houston, they looked a little shaky yesterday. They've looked shaky the last month or so. You know, for Houston standards, I would take the 4 presumptive 1 seeds versus the field.
Well, me too. And there actually is a betting odds out there on taking a 1 seed to win it all versus the field. Taking a 1 seed to win it all is minus 180. So, and the 4 1 seeds are pretty much locked in now that UConn lost yesterday. And the other thing is, look at recent history of teams that have won the tournament. Florida last year, they were an elite team. So many people thought that they were going to win it all going into that year. You have UConn go back-to-back. You had Kansas, a great Kansas team, win it all. Then in 2021, it was Baylor. So we're not seeing those surprise national championships teams in March Madness. It's been a long time, really, since we've seen a team that was kind of unexpected win it all. So, yeah, for me, I think it's going to be one of those 4. And this morning, even though it was daylight savings time, I got my bet in on Florida to win it all at 9 to 1. And so I'm kind of with you on, I would take the field in the Duke or Michigan versus the field because I'm really high on Florida, and I think they can go back to back.
All right. Now it's all about March Madness, right? We're not focused on anything else. Wrong. Ohio State spring football kicks off Tuesday. Let's talk about it next on The Money.
Whatever you're doing right now, just know that Bo Bishop is enjoying a sip of bourbon. Even if this promo is playing in the morning, no judgment.
Ah, sweet morning drinking.
The Fan.
When it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, call Newman Roofing. 614-NEW-ROOF. NewmanRoofing.com.
Yo, Harvey, Zoe, group selfie.
Ooh, nice new iPhone 17, Drewski.
Let's do a triangle formation. I'm in front.
With a center stage front camera, everyone fits in the shot.
You got it at T-Mobile.
But switching takes forever.
Not anymore. Now you can switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes.
Focus, people. Nail your pose.
And you get a new iPhone 17 on them.
No way.
Yes way.
No way.
Yes way, guys. Switch to T-Mobile and get iPhone 17 on us. And right now, we'll pay off your old phone up to $800.
I'm grabbing my phone and switching to T-Mobile right now.
Get back, Harvey. We're taking a... let's go again, y'all.
With 24 monthly bill credits, finance agreement, 256 gigabytes, $830, eligible trade-in, example iPhone 13, and new qualifying line, $60 plus per month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees. For well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. $800 via virtual prepaid card. Card typically takes 15 days after rebate submission, no cash access, and card expires in 6 months. Check out in 15 minutes per line. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
Take your
shot to save at Great Lakes Hyundai. Shoot the hoop to get extra savings on your new car purchase. On top of big shot savings like 0% financing on 26 Hyundai Santa Fe's and Tucson's for up to 5 years. Plus, make no payments for 90 days. It's the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Dublin or Columbus or glakeshyundai.com. With Proof Credit, some customers may not qualify. Interest accrues during no payment period. New Hyundais come equipped with owner assurance and America's Best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Offer ends 3/31.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're all about getting you and your crew to quit in time sooner. That's why our service is a cut above. You see, no matter the project, we'll get you to the right metal, shape, and grade. Cut to any size, ready real fast. And yeah, we'll deliver, leaving plenty of time for the important things, like opening an ice-cold can of aluminum. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience store for metal.
Get your day started with T-Bone and Tybus weekday mornings from 6 to 9 here on The Fan. You think that a radio lifer and a national title winner wouldn't have much in common, but you'd be wrong. They're both girthy, they both love football, and they both get racially profiled for completely different reasons. It's like driving to work with your friends, except these friends give away tickets to things and talk to all the important people in town. Your actual friends are probably a bunch of losers. Well, anyway, listen to T-Bone and Tybus live on The Fan app, and wherever you get your podcasts.
I take care of the kids, my dad, things at work, but I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression. Go to mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve. A message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
It's March. Send it in, big fella. That means the greatest sports weekend of the year is coming, and the best place to set the puppies and watch the tournament is at Hollywood Casino Columbus. I'm Scotty Vegas, and Thursday through Sunday opening weekend, kiss the kids goodbye and hang out from noon to 5 with the Fan at the Hollywood Casino Sportsbook. A Bill Raftery impersonation contest, free throw games, free shirts, and more. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem, call 1-800-589-9966. Onions!
In the old days when people lived to be 40, you only had one option for listening to your favorite show. But now, ooh, baby, radio, podcast, the Fan app, and YouTube, ooh, just to name a few, live or on demand. You have no excuses. The Fan.
How serious is youth vaping? Irreversible lung damage serious. 1 in 10 kids vape serious, which warrants a serious conversation from a serious parental figure like yourself. Not the seriously know-it-all sports dad or the seriously smart podcaster. It requires a serious conversation that is best had by you. No, seriously, the best person to talk to your child about vaping is you. To start the conversation, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
At Babs R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement. As the Midwest's fastest growing 5-star bathroom remodeler, we're more than just transformations. We're a community driven by a mission to bring your dreams to life. Our installation team, part of the Babs R Us community, isn't just skilled. They're dedicated to respecting your home. Each day, they bring craftsmanship and hustle, turning your dream space, no matter the size, into reality. Together, we embrace a culture that values diversity, collaboration, and giving back. From supporting local projects to fostering a workplace where every voice is valued. Babs R Us is more than a company. It's a community of experts. We're also expanding locations to create more possibilities for homeowners across the Midwest. Wherever you are, you'll find us ready to turn your dreams into something you can see, feel, and enjoy every day. Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BAB to schedule your free estimate or go to babsrus.com. Babs R Us, where dreams soak in.
The Fan Poll is sponsored by JT's Pizza and Pub, home of award-winning pizza and 32-ounce Yingling drafts for only $4. Dave Biddle named his own dog Parlay. This is On the Money.
Sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
All right, spring ball kicks off Tuesday for the Buckeyes. Year 8 of the Ryan Day era is upon us, which is crazy. You think about it, like, Urban was the head coach for 7 years. Ryan Day's now going into his 8th year as head coach.
Gosh, that's wild.
Been here 10 years now because he was here a couple years as OC. What's funny is I will never forget when Ryan Day was first hired. It was almost like that was like a below the fold, you know, because Kevin Wilson, they were hired at the same time when they brought in Kevin Wilson, and really Ryan Day was co-offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach. It was almost a footnote Kevin Wilson's coming here as OC, and then, by the way, Ryan Day's coming as well. He's been in the NFL the last couple years, Boston College, OC before that, and nobody knew anything about him, and it's worked out really well. Okay, what are the main storylines for the Buckeyes as they kick off spring ball on Tuesday? Well, Scotty, I've covered the team for a long time. You see a decent amount of turnover every year. We've never seen anything like this. Over 40 new scholarship players on the team. When you look at the transfers they brought in, 28 true freshmen, and I think all of them but one, maybe two, are already here. So we're going to see these guys in spring. That's one thing Ryan Day, and I totally agree with him, does not like the timing of the transfer portal window where you have it in January when playoffs are still going on in college football. It'd be like NFL opening free agency like during the NFL playoffs. It makes no sense at all. They hide behind, we're doing it because of academics. Oh, yeah, sure, in college football. But the good news is, as Coach Day has said, now he knows what his team is, right? Even a guy like, they pretty much knew at this time last year what their team was, but even a guy like Bo Atkinson transferred in over the summer. There's not going to be any of that this year. You know what your team is. But man, that's a lot of turnover. So obviously seeing all the new faces, the freshmen, guys that are already getting a lot of hype, like Chris Henry Jr., Legend Bay, all these guys. I really like this freshman class. The transfers they brought in, I don't think it has a lot of star power, but I think they did a really good job filling needs. A lot of B-plus guys, maybe not the A-plus guys, but a lot of B-plus guys they brought in. And then the coaches. Matt Patricia staying for a second year, hopefully longer than that, is huge. And then bringing in Arthur Smith. Are we going to see a lot during spring? Is he really going to show a lot of his tricks, Scotty? Probably not. But I'm looking forward to seeing all the new guys and, seeing what we can pick out, any type of tweaks that Art Smith is making with this offense.
You mentioned the transfer portal, and look, the NCAA does a lot of dumb things, a lot of dumb mistakes. Maybe the dumbest is the calendar, right?
Yes.
And it's absolutely ridiculous. But I do want to ask you, going into the spring, there's always one or two things, storylines. It's like, okay, this is what I'm most interested in finding out this spring. And for me, like, obviously the Arthur Smith stuff is going to be fascinating to follow, but I don't think we'll learn anything this spring as far as what Arthur Smith is doing differently. But what I do want to know is, what is kind of the storyline when you're headed out to follow spring practice? What's kind of like the first thing that you are going to head to kind of try and take a peek at?
It's a great question, and there's so many, but like the first thing that popped in my mind was Legend Bay. I've been told he'll just look different when you see him run. And you can see it on film. Like, he does. He looks different. He played quarterback in high school in Texas against top competition. So it's not like, well, okay, he's tearing up like small school Michigan high school football. It's like, no, big school Texas. And he looks like he's a video game. I'm going to show my age here. It looks like if you gave the ball to Bo Jackson,
yes,
the original Bo Jackson with the Raiders on Tecmo Bowl, just give him the ball, run a sweep, touchdown. That's what Legend Bay looks like against good competition, against other fast dudes in Texas. He looks like he has a jetpack strapped against him, but I've never seen him in person. And I want to see in person, does he look different against a lot of fast dudes at Ohio State? I've been told he will. You have Ryan Day already saying he's a poor man's Tyreek Hill. Talking about Tyreek Hill at his prime, not Tyreek Hill that just got cut, not Tyreek Hill that gets in trouble off the field. Tyreek Hill with the Chiefs, the cheetah. When you hear Ryan Day is not one for hyperbole. He tries not to talk up freshmen before they played. He had to bite his tongue a lot with J.J. Smith a couple years ago. He even said sometimes. I remember at Big Ten Media Day in 2024, somebody asked him about Jeremiah Smith, and he goes, there's so much I want to say. He kind of let the cat out of the bag there. So he tries not to put too much hype on guys that haven't even played a down of college football yet. But, man, I'm excited to see Legend Bay because this offense has been explosive. But they've kind of been missing that element of a guy that is just puts the fear in God for the opposing defense and defensive coordinator, where if you put him on a jet sweep, you better look out, because if he hits that edge, he's gone. And
Curtis Samuel.
You put it, yeah, but maybe even faster, maybe even faster than that. And that's what I've been told, at least. And, you pair that with Jeremiah Smith and all these weapons they have. The offensive line coming back with 91 career combined starts on that offensive line, the most veteran offensive line in the country coming back next year. Julian Sand was really good as a redshirt freshman. I know he didn't look that great the last couple of games. This kid as a redshirt freshman was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Okay, he's going to be better as a third-year sophomore. He's still the most accurate quarterback I've ever seen at Ohio State. So I'm jazzed about this team, man. But Legend Bay is going to bring a speed element that they haven't had.
Also excited about the revamped special teams, right? You know, you got a new special teams coordinator. You got a new kicker coming in. And Jermaine on YouTube pops up and says, I'm most excited about seeing the completely revamped defense. And I get that, too. We're going to have 3 Buckeyes probably go in the top 8 of the NFL draft. So you're replacing three absolute studs on the defensive side of the ball. Let's update the betting odds to win the national championship in college football this coming season. And right now, at Hollywood Casino Columbus, the odds are tied between Ohio State and Notre Dame to win it all. Both are plus 650, so co-favorites. Not far behind them are 3 teams, Indiana, Oregon, and Texas. So how crazy is that? Of your top 5 in the betting odds, 3, of course, are from the Big Ten, Ohio State, Indiana, and Oregon. A little bit of a drop down. You got Georgia 10-1, LSU 10-1, Texas Tech 13-1. Those are your updated betting odds. But Ohio State tied for the best odds to win it all, and obviously has one of the toughest schedules in the country.
I was just going to bring that up. I think, and time will tell. We thought last year's schedule was tough. I don't think any of us were saying, could this be the toughest schedule that we've seen since we've been following Ohio State football? I'm saying that about this schedule. Could this be the toughest that we've seen? And time will tell. Again, maybe, certain teams that are supposed to be good will fall off, but maybe Texas will be a disappointment again. I got a feeling Texas is going to be really good, and having to go to Austin to play them. Arch Manning looked like all hype, no substance. And then by the end of the year, he was looking pretty good. And you got to think he's going to be pretty good as a fourth-year junior. And going to Austin, that's going to be tough. But we'll see. Yeah, and then the Big Ten schedule is brutal. But who knows? You never know. Maybe Michigan won't be good. Or maybe Michigan in year 1 of Kyle Whittingham will be really good. By the way, Scotty, it's weird having a head coach at Michigan that's likable.
I know, I hate it.
It's been a long time. Even though Brady Hoke's the type of guy that I think would be fun to get a beer with if he wasn't a Michigan guy, I wasn't calling us in Ohio. He was not likable because of the Ohio thing. And then obviously Rich Rod wasn't likable. That was before that. Obviously Jim Harbaugh, not likable. Sharon Moore, not likable. And then Kyle Whittingham is extremely likable. I don't like it at all.
You know what? I'm going to learn to hate him. I am going to learn to hate him very quickly, I think.
I will as well. All right, first hour of the show is in the book. Stick around for the second hour. This is On the Money.
Matty Ice has a large tattoo on his calf of LeBron eating a lion. I have nothing else to say. Rothman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan.
Do you suffer from leg pain, leg swelling, varicose veins, or leg ulcers? Dr. Joseph Senta and Dr. Barry Zeta at Ohio Vein and Vascular Polaris, and now at their second location in Reynoldsburg, are pioneers in the vein and vascular field. They can perform minimally invasive procedures that will get you back on track to a pain-free life. Stop living with leg pain and start the process to healthy living with a free Healthy Leg Screening. Go to loveyourveins.com or call 614-426-VEIN. That's 614-426-VEIN or loveyourveins.com.
Forget the pot of gold. Save some green at all 4 Coghlan Kia locations. Get 0% plus no payments for 90 days on select new Kia Sorentos, Sportages, and Tellurides. Or buy a new 2026 Kia K4 for $279 a month. Visit CoghlanKia.com.
Coghlan has the car for you.
0% APR available for 48 months on select in-stock units. 90-day deferred payments. Buy for $279 per month for 84 months at 5.99% APR with approved credit through Kia Finance. See dealer for details. Ends 3/31/26.
Veterans and active duty service members. When your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Need a roof you can count on? Ramos Roofing has protected homes and businesses throughout Ohio for almost 20 years. Whether it's a leaky roof, storm damage, new siding, or new gutters to protect your foundation, Ramos Roofing delivers quality materials, professional installation, and honest service every time. Get your free roof or exterior assessment today and ask about Ramos Roofing's no-interest financing options. Call 614-761-7663 or visit online at ramosroofingohio.com.
Yo, Harvey, Zoe, group selfie.
Ooh, nice new iPhone 17, Drewski.
Let's do a triangle formation. I'm in front.
With the center stage front camera, everyone fits in the shot.
You got it at T-Mobile.
But switching takes forever.
Not anymore. Now you can switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes.
Focus, people. Nail your pose.
And you get a new iPhone 17 on them.
No way.
Yes way.
No way.
Yes way, guys. Switch to T-Mobile and get iPhone 17 on us. And right now, we'll pay off your old phone up to $800.
I'm grabbing my phone and switching to T-Mobile right now.
Get back, Harvey. We're taking a... Let's go again, y'all.
With 24 monthly bill credits, finance agreement, 256 gigabytes, $830, eligible trade-in, example iPhone 13, and new qualifying line, $60 plus per month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees. For well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. $800 via virtual prepaid card. Card typically takes 15 days after rebate submission, no cash access, and card expires in 6 months. Check out in 15 minutes per line. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Isaiah Jacob. Yesterday, Ohio State rolled Indiana 91-78. Bruce Thornton scored 25 points and became the all-time scoring leader at Ohio State on this play.
47-33, Ohio State with 45 seconds left in the half. Thornton, three, left point, nails it. Bruce Thornton. Now the all-time leading scorer in Ohio State history with a three-pointer from the left point. Bruce Thornton. 50-33, Ohio State with a lead.
The Buckeyes will be back in action this week in the Big Ten tournament. The Blue Jackets dropped a heartbreaker last night in overtime against the Utah Mammoth 5-4. The CBJ play the Kings tomorrow at 4 p.m. For the NBA, the Cleveland Cavaliers have a big one today against the 2 seed in the East, Boston Celtics at 1 p.m. Jared Allen is listed as out for the Cavs, while Donovan Mitchell is expected to suit up. For the Celtics, Jason Tatum is expected to play. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Some people golf on Sunday mornings. Some people place bets on the people playing golf on Sunday mornings. This is On the Money.
Sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
You guys got to understand something. When you're starting a new program and you're building something, you need a player that you can lean on that can help you establish that standard. And he was that guy.
It's been a privilege to have him in our league. He's handled himself well. He stayed in the same place. He's been an unbelievable performer. He's got class. I'm a big Bruce Thornton fan, and today he ate us alive, so give him credit.
The whole goal is really to hold that trophy up at the end of the day.
Under 5. He fires. Inbound is thrown to Bruce Thornton, right corner of the backcourt. Thornton hits the timeline. 9 seconds left. Thornton dribbling, drives right to the lane. Thornton stops in the lane, goes to shoot, throws it up and in. Bruce Thornton.
Here's Thornton taking it hard to the rack, and he got it to go. It's a three-point game.
7:33, Ohio State with 45 seconds left in the half. Thornton, three, left point, nails it. Bruce Thornton. Now the all-time leading scorer in Ohio State history with a three-pointer from the left point. Bruce Thornton, 50-33, Ohio State with a lead.
Great stuff from Isaiah there and Paul Keels and Kevin Harlan and the whole group. Kevin Harlan might be one of my favorite play-by-play
He's great.
guys. You know, Gus Johnson. I don't really like Gus that much in football. Sometimes he's all right. You know, you didn't have barbecue back there. The Denzel Ward call was great. But he's really good at basketball.
So good. I think back to, it was him and Bill Raftery who did the call of Matt Sylvester's 3 to beat Illinois. And it's one of my favorite, 30 seconds of audio ever. You know, he drops the onion, Bill Raftery drops the onions, and Gus just is screaming and yelling. And you're right. In the big moments in basketball, there is nobody better than Gus. Like, you could make the argument, okay, he's a little over the top in football and all that stuff, but March Madness, when he was doing those games, the Ron Lewis call, incredible. I think back to like his Adam Morrison way back in the day at Gonzaga, just that dramatic moment. For March Madness, Gus is awesome. I wish that he was still doing those games. You and I were talking about that. So good at that. But last night, he was awesome too on the Amari Binham dunk. I mean, how crazy he went, and that was fun. So what a night it was, though, Dave.
We got a great second hour for you. We're going to have 2 segments of Scotty Doesn't Know. It might or might not be related to Ohio State basketball. Isaiah helped me with this.
Ooh, okay. Team effort.
My partner in crime. Yeah, behind your back, he was helping me. I requested his help, and he gave me some good help. So we're going to have 2 Scotty Doesn't Know segments. We're going to talk a lot about Ohio State basketball. We have odds. Who's going to be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers in week 1? We're going to cover all that. But right about now, my friends, it is time for the Parlay Party. Hit it. All right, Parlay Party is where we celebrate anything we want to celebrate. Could be a nice parlay that we hit. Could be anything at all. Scotty, what are you celebrating?
This is easy. I am celebrating this entire week of Ohio State hoops. I was down on the floor, watched them play Purdue, and went into that game. A lot of question marks after losing to Iowa, and they look great. They pull off that win. That was a blast. Follow that up with a nice road win at Penn State. And then yesterday, on Senior Day, bobblehead day, and just the way that Bruce broke that record, it was one of those moments that, gosh, I'll never forget. Like, me and my son went absolutely crazy. Spencer and I were high-fiving, hugging. I mean, it was incredible.
I'll never forget that. Those are great moments.
So loud when Bruce broke that record. And that was the thing, too. You could we kind of called it a little bit because he got the rebound. He got the, he was bringing the ball up the court. And I'm like, pull it, pop it. And he shoots it, and it's like nylon. And it's like, yes! Yeah. Oh,
what a way to do it.
A way to do it.
Yeah.
And it was right before half. Yes. And Ohio State is on a big run. They're starting to put Indiana away. And that was spectacular. So that is what I'm celebrating. I'm also celebrating the fact that the Buckeyes, Dave, Isaiah, they're going to be dancing this year. Woo!
Polish off those dancing shoes, my friend, for the first time in 4 years. We're going to need them. Yeah, I mean, I'm celebrating that game yesterday. I mean, obviously, Bruce, first and foremost, that's awesome. But, it felt like peak Mata era energy.
Yes.
I haven't felt that in a while. I have not felt that in a while, and it was just awesome. Even today, right? Even today I woke up and I'm just like, for about the first minute or so, I was ticked about daylight saving, but we even have some people in the chat saying daylight saving is kicking my butt today.
Sucks.
And we have somebody in the chat. You're going to like this, Scotty. They want to know if you got a golf parlay for them.
Do I?
Spieth
about 40 of them.
There you go. You know he does. They know you well. He's definitely got one for you. But yeah, I'm definitely celebrating that. I mean, like I said, it just felt like peak Mata era, and I don't say that lightly. And I know they're not the number one team in the nation. That was peak Mata era. Just the feeling, the excitement. I love feeling that way about Ohio State basketball again, because I've just been in this malaise for the last few years. I wonder why. And the last thing I'll say before I kick it to Isaiah, I'm celebrating the fact that Scotty and I are going to have watch parties for the first 4 days of the NCAA tournament at Hollywood Casino at the Sportsbook. Yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Scotty and I are going to be there at least from noon to 5 every day, probably more than that. Every day we're going to have a watch party. You guys can win free prizes. Come on, hang out with us, eat the great food, watch college basketball wall-to-wall on the many big screens. They've also got about 20 kiosks where you can make bets. It's just euphoria, and we're going to be out there for the first 4 days. Definitely celebrating that. Isaiah, my man, what are you celebrating?
I'm celebrating what felt like the easiest line yesterday for the Buckeyes, -4.5. When I pulled that up, I couldn't believe it was 4.5. I said in my mind, when I opened the app, I said maybe 6.5, 7.5 is what I had in my mind. And when I saw 4.5, immediately slammed that. That was an easy slam dunk win there. That was a good way to start the day. And then also, Cavaliers today at 1 p.m. taking on the Celtics. Donovan Mitchell probably going to play. Jason Tatum's back. I'll be tuned into that. The other one, March Madness around the corner. And so many Ohio teams still at play here. And that's one of the best things about this next next Big Ten tournament and even the Big 12 tournament. You're going to see Cincinnati trying to make a push. They've been one of the hotter teams in basketball right now. Obviously, the Miami storylines. Akron's trying to get in. Wright State's trying to get in. And then the Buckeyes just punched their ticket. So many good Ohio basketball teams. The tournament will be so fun the more Ohio teams we can get in.
No doubt about it. I'm so glad you mentioned that because I love this week. I know everybody talks about the NCAA tournament and that opening weekend. And as you mentioned, we're going to be out there over 20 hours partying at the casino. But guys, to me, this might be the most underrated week in all of sports because of championship week. I love the conference tournaments. I love your small conference tournaments, the MAC. How about the Horizon, where it means so much to these small schools because you lose and you're done. Like your Wright State team has had such a great year and it's been an awesome season, but unfortunately you lose, you're done. And so I love watching the small tournaments. And then what we're going to have all week is we're going to have like basketball starting at noon and ending at midnight.
That's the best.
Right? I mean, think about Thursday. Ohio State is good. They're locked into the 8th seed in the Big Ten tournament. So we know right now at noon on Thursday, Ohio State's going to be playing. Hopefully they win that game, and then they're playing Michigan on noon on Friday. It's just great because, gosh, daytime basketball, where it's just all day long, is the best. So this is the most underrated sports week of the year. Yeah! Dancing shoes, baby.
All right, switching gears. Who's going to be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns in week 1? We have betting odds for that. You guys want to guess who is your betting favorite to be the starting quarterback in week 1 for the Cleveland Browns?
It's got to be Shedeur.
Yeah, I think Shedeur, but I don't think it's probably as wide of a margin as some people think.
Do you guys think it's plus or minus money?
Maybe like a 2-1 type thing.
Pretty close. 3-1. 3-1. We're talking about Pro Bowl quarterback Shedeur Sanders entering year 2. 3-1 odds. All right. Guess who is not too far behind? It's the second best odds.
I hate to say it, but I know who it is. I know who it is. He does.
Okay, yes.
Kyler?
Plus well, keep that name in mind.
Okay.
All right, plus 350 for Mr. Deshaun Watson, who they just restructured his contract again, I see. Hopefully they didn't add years onto it, Isaiah, for you guys. No, I'm being facetious. This is the last year of the Deshaun Watson contract. Woo, second best odds to be the starting quarterback. All right, third's
Kyler, right?
Kyler,
yep.
5-1. All right, sixth. There's a tie here. It's kind of a trick question. I'll just tell you, it's Dylan Gabriel, 6-1.
Not going to be him.
And there's a tie. Any rookie quarterback. And I'll give you 2 more. Joe Flacco is 8-1, and then Malik Willis, who is like the hottest free agent quarterback, is 9-1. Now, this reminds me of Matt Flynn. Do you remember Matt Flynn?
Oh, yes.
And it was the same year the Seahawks drafted Russell Wilson, so it didn't matter. But like Matt Flynn had one good game in the final week of an NFL season with the Packers, just like Malik Willis did.
Made
right?
a lot of money
I think
that
Willis
game.
actually played a few more games than one, but not many. I mean, buyer beware, especially that late in the season. And Matt Flynn turned that into like a 3-year, like $27 million contract. Nothing crazy for a quarterback, but still way more than Matt Flynn should have got. And that would have looked really bad for the Seahawks, but they drafted Russell Wilson in the 3rd round that year, and it didn't matter. All right. Pittsburgh Steelers, real quick before we take a break. All right. Pittsburgh Steelers.
Before you give me the Steelers.
Yeah.
As far as the Browns.
Yeah.
If we had $100, if you said, here's $100, you have to bet the money based on those odds on the Browns quarterback to start the season this coming season, where would that 100 go? Shedeur at 3-1 is probably the right call.
I'd go Gabe just for value. I don't think he will be. I would, if it's even money, I would go Shedeur, maybe even Deshaun.
But you're getting 3-1.
I like the value of 6-1 with Dylan though. Gabriel.
I don't.
6-1.
I don't think there's any chance Dylan Gabriel.
And they still, I mean, I know Stefanski's not there, and he had I'm sure he's a big reason they picked him. I mean, Barry's still there, the GM. They picked him in the 3rd round. They wanted him, and then Haslam came in and wanted, this is my conjecture. I'd bet a lot of money on it that this is exactly how it happened. They wanted Gabriel, and then Haslam stepped in and said, no, let's go get Shedeur. Not no on Gabriel, but Haslam was the one that called the shots on getting Shedeur in the 5th round. I like the value on Gabriel 6-1.
Yeah, I can't get there. I'd rather do the 3-1 on Shedeur, and I'd probably maybe sprinkle a little bit on Deshaun. Hate to say it in case there's an injury or something, but yeah.
I think it's Shedeur's job until he's completely lost it. So I think he's going to be the starter coming into the season. I don't think that they'll jump him for Deshaun. I think that would be so controversial for week 1. I think you bring Shedeur in, let him play a couple games. Once this thing rolls off the rails, which it clearly will because it does every year, then you toss Deshaun out there, see if he has anything left in the tank, and Todd Monk can fix him. I hope not. Then we'll probably see some Dylan Gabriel at the end of the year. Maybe Shedeur comes back in. We get prepped for the following draft, which will be lots of fun. But I think it's Shedeur's job to start the season. If they started Deshaun week 1, holy moly, the storylines would be insane.
All right, real quick. Steelers starting quarterback week 1. Betting odds. Who's your favorite?
It's got to be Aaron Rodgers.
Got to be Aaron Rodgers. Plus or minus money?
I would think minus money.
Correct. 1 to 3. Minus 300. Aaron Rodgers to be reunited, not just with the Steelers, but with Mike McCarthy. Who's got the second best odds?
I'm going to go Will Howard.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
This is like a warm-up for Scotty Doesn't Know.
Ooh,
You're doing great.
All right.
5 to 1. Nice work. All right, and you've mentioned this guy before. Who's got the third best odds?
It's either Kyler or Malik.
I'm going to go Malik. No, is it Kyler?
Kyler.
Yeah.
Kyler. And then
Scotty didn't know.
No, real quick. Tua is then 9 to 1. Then Malik at 16 to 1. So better chance for the Browns to get Malik, according to the betting odds, than the Steelers. Up next is the world famous Scotty Doesn't Know. This is On the Money.
A lot of hosts have been on our airways in the past 30 years. Some good, some bad, some really bad. Anyway, sorry for that. The Fan.
I'm Yolanda Harris. I'm a journalist at 10 TV News. I grew up here, and after 25 years of telling this community's stories, this place still means so much to me. When I'm not in the newsroom, I'm usually out supporting the same people and causes I care deeply about. I don't just report about our community, I belong to it. What happens here affects us all, and that's why we care so deeply about getting it right. And when local journalism is done right, it doesn't sit still. It moves. It moves you to act, to verify, to volunteer, to speak up or lend a hand. It moves your mind by challenging assumptions and offering new perspectives. It moves you forward by giving you the information to make decisions and thrive where you live. And yes, it moves your heart through the kind of human storytelling that stays with you wherever you are. And at 10 TV, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move Central Ohio.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment?
On any 4-tire purchase.
And Goodyear's up to $160 off?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again? Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Goodyear's and save up to $160 more. See store for details.
Great Lakes Hyundai. The savings are so good.
Take your shot to save at Great Lakes Hyundai. Shoot the hoop to get extra savings on your new car purchase. On top of big shot savings like 0% financing on 26 Hyundai Santa Fe's and Tucson's for up to 5 years. Plus, make no payments for 90 days. It's the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Dublin or Columbus or GLakesHyundai.com. With proof credit, some customers may not qualify. First to cruise during no payment period. New Hyundais come equipped with owner assurance and America's Best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Offer ends 3/31.
It's March. Send it in, big fella. That means the greatest sports weekend of the year is coming, and the best place to set the puppies and watch the tournament is at Hollywood Casino Columbus. I'm Scotty Vegas, and Thursday through Sunday opening weekend, kiss the kids goodbye and hang out from noon to 5 with the Fan at the Hollywood Casino Sportsbook. A Bill Raftery impersonation contest, free throw games, free shirts, and more. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966. Onions!
At St. Jude, every innovation we make is a moment we give to children with cancer everywhere. But we can't do it without you.
Learn more at stjude.org.
After my accident, people warned me to slow down. I said, I don't know how. Thanks to my VA care team, I haven't.
At VA, we're using technology to help veterans recover faster and live their lives to the fullest.
Learn more at vacareers.va.gov/PSA.
I started my first business when I was 12, mowing lawns for about $5 a yard. I learned if you do the job right, people trust you and customers care that you show up and do what you say you're going to do. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Doors. From garage door repairs to upgrades, we show up, we stand behind every job. We only use the best parts, and spring's guaranteed to last a lifetime. When you care about the people you serve, you work harder and it shows. Call Don's Garage Doors today or schedule online at donsgaragedoors.com.
When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
This is Pause Before You Play, and it's time for more game day picks from local sports fans. You're on the air. Who you got?
Actually, I'm not betting, just chilling and watching the game.
I know that move. A pause. Sounds like you've got a winning strategy.
Exactly. After I set limits and recognized the risk, I knew it was time to stop.
Now that is responsible betting, folks. Sports are fast. Betting shouldn't be. Make a plan at pausebeforeyouplay.org. That's pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Bishop and Friends.
As soon as I looked over at him, I was waiting to see if there was a smirk or anything, and there was nothing.
Funny you use that terminology with her.
Well played.
Bishop and Friends, sponsored by Diamond Seller.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on The Fan.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. Mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
At Newman Roofing, we believe every detail matters, which is why we have over 1,000 five-star Google reviews from families all across Central Ohio who have put their trust in Newman Roofing for their roofing, siding, and gutter projects. Call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit newmanroofing.com today.
What would it take for my child to only miss half a day of school for treatment?
What would it take to fund a cure for childhood cancer?
It would take all of us to come together to support the research. Join us. Go to childrenscancer.org today.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We are looking at sunnier skies as we head into this afternoon with high temperatures right around 60 here for today. And then for tomorrow, we'll see more sunshine and warmer temperatures back up to near 70 here for your Monday. And we'll keep 70s in the forecast here for Tuesday and Wednesday. However, we are tracking a good chance for showers and thunderstorms arriving for Tuesday night into Wednesday. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Aaron White here on 97.1 The Fan.
1, 2, 3. Here at The Fan is always football o'clock. Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. The Fan. Scotty Vegas can't even pronounce most of the names of the tennis players he bets on. He doesn't care as long as they win. You're listening to On the Money.
Sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
The Buckeyes are going to be dancing this year. We love it. Huge win yesterday over Indiana. And we're going to have both the men's and women's team dancing this year. Projected seeds right now, if you look at ESPN bracketology, they have Ohio State in as a 9 seed in the men's tournament and kind of trending obviously the right way. Clearly for a while there, they were on the bubble. Feels like they're completely off the bubble. And right now they're in as a 9 seed. The good thing with that too, is it gives you a little separation from if you do happen to lose to Iowa in the Big Ten tournament, you're probably still avoiding those Dayton first 4 games. You don't want to play in those playing games. So right now, ESPN bracketology, Ohio State as a 9 seed. The women, Buckeye women, out of the Big Ten tournament. However, they are projected by ESPN to be a top 4 seed in the NCAA tournament. So hopefully the women show up pretty well too. I saw that they were projected right now on ESPN as a 3 seed in the ESPN bracketology for the women's tournament. Great time of year. Also, a good time to do a little Scotty Doesn't Know, Dave.
That's right. Hit it, Isaiah. All right. This is a Scotty Doesn't Know. This is focused on Ohio State men's basketball records. Records.
Like season records.
Season records, or how about things like career records based on what happened yesterday?
Oh.
All right. Can you name
Bruce
the top 10 scorers, career scorers, most points in Ohio State history. Give me 8 of the 10. Try to go in order, but I'll help you out here. All right. Number 1 is
Bruce, obviously.
Number 2.
In dramatic fashion, Dennis Hobson, obviously.
Correct. 3rd.
I know that he passed Herb Williams and William Buford. I don't remember the order. I'm going to say 3rd, Herb Williams.
Correct.
And then it was Buford because that was like right around that same time.
Buford and somebody are tied.
Buford and
the best player in Ohio State basketball history.
Oh, Jerry Lucas?
Yes.
Okay.
I found out this morning they were tied. All right. 6th. You're doing great.
Michael Redd.
You're close. No. Kelvin Ramsey.
Oh, okay. I was going to go either Redd or Jim Jackson.
Do those your next 2.
Okay.
Who's 7th?
Redd.
Who's 8th?
Jackson.
Nice. Oh, you're
and now
you're
it's dicey.
All right. Who's 9th?
Havlicek. I don't know.
No.
Gary Brads.
No.
I know Gary Brads put up like ridiculous stats.
He did, but he only played 3 years, and they didn't play a lot of games back then.
So 4-year guy.
This is a 4-year guy. He works at least part-time at the Fan.
It's not.
He would have finished.
Oh, it's Jay Burson.
Jay Burson. And then the final one. Okay, who's 10th? This is a Thad Matta era guy. This is impressive. And he did it in 3 years.
Deshaun?
Yes. You did great there.
Wow.
You did great.
Deshaun was 10.
Deshaun
and
is
again,
10.
3 years.
In 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I think we forget how good he was. Like his senior year, he averaged like almost 20 points a game, 8 rebounds. Like he was really, really good. Man,
that junior year, right? They lost to Wichita State.
Yeah, they got to the Elite, and we're like, gosh, these guys getting to the Elite 8. What a bunch of losers. Like, the Elite 8, come on. How about that? Can't believe it, no. All right. Who is the all-time leader in points per game at Ohio State? Points per game for their career. Old school. Well before our time.
Is it Gary Brads?
No. It's a good guess, though. It's Robin Freeman.
Okay.
Played from 1953 to 56. Okay.
Wasn't getting Robin.
Get me within 2 points here. I got 3. We'll give you 3 points for Bruce making that 3. How many points did he average in his career at Ohio State? How many points per game? Robin Freeman.
25.
It's 28. He gets it.
Oh, thank you for giving me that extra point.
Barely. All right, now we're going to do
28 a game.
This is
what year? Do you have the years that he played?
Yeah, 53 to 56.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, 53, 54, 54, 55, 55, 56. All right. Now we're going to do some over-unders here. This is where my guy Isaiah helped me out with some ideas here. All right, over-under. These are career points per game, okay? All right, give me over-under. For Jerry Lucas, give me over-under 24.5 points per game.
Over.
No. 24.3.
Oh.
You're close.
Trick question.
Dennis Hobson, over under 17 points per game.
Over.
No.
No!
16.8.
Struggling.
Because he started his career off kind of slow, then just exploded as a junior and senior. Junior year averaged 20.9. Senior year averaged 29. So, but it finished 16.8. All right. Bruce Thornton, career points per game, over under 16. 16 on the dot.
Man, I even during the week, I was looking at his points per game for each season and how it's gone up. What number did you say?
16.
I'll go over.
Nope.
Oh, no.
15.9.
Oh, come on.
The aforementioned Herb Williams, your over-under is 17.5 points per game for his Ohio State career.
Over.
Correct.
Oh,
17.6.
You needed that one. You needed that one.
As you can see, I'm just going right down the top 10 list here. All right. William Buford.
Okay. Love William.
Your over-under is 13.8 points per game.
13.8. He was on such a good team. I'm going to go over.
Under.
Oh, my. Notice I've gone over on every one.
This shows you how many games they were playing. He averaged 13.7 points per game, and he's tied with Jerry Lucas for the most points in Ohio State.
A lot of tournament games.
And he was durable, and they played a bunch of games. And
a lot of Big Ten tournament runs.
Yeah, and Buford had that sweet mid-range J.
Oh,
Heck yeah. All right, Kelvin Ramsey. Your over-under is 17.4 points per game for Kelvin Ramsey.
Man, I think he was right at 18. So give me over.
Nope. 17.3 for Kelvin.
Might be my worst performance ever.
He's double, he's double barreling you. He's got the zapper, then the Scotty Doesn't Know sound. I love it.
I'm going to be like one of those Miami basketball players that Isaiah here in a second.
A few more here, then we'll take a break, then we'll come back with more Scotty Doesn't Know. Okay, Michael Redd.
Yes, my favorite player of all time.
Career scoring average. Give me over under 19.5 points per game during his Ohio State career. 19.5.
My favorite player of all time, Michael Redd. I'm going to go over.
Yes.
There we go.
Ding. 19.6 for Mike Redd. All right. My favorite player,
Lefty.
Jimmy Jackson. Give me over under 19.1 points per game for his Ohio State career.
So he's your favorite player of all time. Also, number 22, right?
Yes.
I'm going to go over.
Got it. 19.2 for Jimmy Jackson. All right. Jay Burson, over under 14.8 points per game for his Ohio State career.
I'm thinking under with Jay.
You're right. Good job. 14.4 points per game. Dragged down by 5.9 as a freshman in 85-86. He was averaging 22.1 points as a senior in 88-89. We got undercut by that jerk from Iowa. All right, last one before we take a break. Deshaun Thomas, your over-under is 16 points per game for his Ohio State career.
The microwave. Over.
No.
All right. Went on a little bit of a good run there.
Did. Barely under 15.9. All right.
It's a game of runs.
We're going to take a quick 2-minute break. Up next is more Scotty Doesn't Know. This is On the Money.
There's an old story about cat toys that's been retold for over 20 years because it perfectly explains who we are. This is Dennis Sullivan, president of Care Heating and Cooling. Years ago, a couple who shared their house with 3 cats had another company out to look at their furnace. After working on it, the technician said it was dangerous and had to be replaced. The couple called Care for a second opinion, and my dad Mike went out to help them. When he inspected the furnace, the cause of the problem became obvious. A cat toy had been stuffed into the heat exchanger. With the toy removed, the furnace ran perfectly. Now, how did the toy get there? You can decide for yourself, but here's what mattered then and still matters now. The first company paid commissions to their service techs to sell new furnaces. At Care, we pay our technicians to fix furnaces, not sell you a new one. And if a new furnace is needed, our team of replacement specialists will advise you on all options available and help you make your best choice. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING when you need a company you can trust.
Yo, Harvey, Zoe, group selfie.
Ooh, nice new iPhone 17, Drewski.
Let's do a triangle formation. I'm in front.
With a center stage front camera, everyone fits in the shot.
You got it at T-Mobile.
But switching takes forever.
Not anymore. Now you can switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes.
Focus, people. Nail your pose.
And you get a new iPhone 17 on them.
No way.
Yes way.
No way.
Yes way, guys. Switch to T-Mobile and get iPhone 17 on us. And right now, we'll pay off your old phone up to $800.
I'm grabbing my phone and switching to T-Mobile right now.
Get back, Harvey. We're taking a... let's go again, y'all.
With 24 monthly bill credits, finance agreement, 256 gigabytes, $830, eligible trade-in, example iPhone 13, and new qualifying line, $60 plus per month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees. For well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. $800 via virtual prepaid card. Card typically takes 15 days after rebate submission. No cash access and card expires in 6 months. Check out in 15 minutes per line. Visit T-Mobile.com.
All the Ohio State conversation you can handle. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
Your Ohio State flagship station. The Fan. If you can't find something to bet on, you're not trying hard enough. You're listening to On the Money.
Sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Welcome back to On the Money. Dave Biddle, Scotty Vegas, Isaiah Jacob. We appreciate you guys rolling with us. Today, we're going to do more Scotty Doesn't Know right now. All right, this is a get within 2 points. Okay. These are guys that averaged a lot of points per game in a single season at Ohio State. All right, we already mentioned the great Robin Freeman averaging 28 points per game for his career. This is just single season. Just single season for some of these guys. We already mentioned Hobson had 29 points per game his final year. But how about a guy like Alan Horniak? Give me.
How about a guy like Alan Horniak?
Give me a guy. Actually, this is his career. Give me his career average. Alan Horniak's career average at Ohio State points per game.
I'll go, and I got to be within 2.
Got to be within 2.
Give me 13.
No, way higher.
17.
Third most in Ohio State history.
Oh.
22.8.
Wow.
Okay. All right, give me within 2. These are, again, this is, I misspoke. These are career points per game. Paul Ebert played from 51 to 54. He's got the 4th most career points per game. 21.8.
I'll tell you what. You ask Isaiah to help with these questions, and these are ridiculously hard.
You can't blame Isaiah for this.
You've never heard of that.
I am blaming Isaiah.
The 50s basketball at Ohio State. Come on.
Think about this. Alan Horniak averaged 22.8. That's the 3rd highest for career
22.
average. And a lot of these guys are not in the top 10 for total points because they only played 3 years, and they didn't play as many games back then. Ebert is 4th on the list.
All right. Roger Ebert, 20 points a game.
That counts, yes. 21.8. You're within the 2 points. All
it's
right.
not Roger.
The 5th is Dave Sorensen. He played from 67 to 70. He's 5th on the list. How many points per game did he average for his career?
19.
No.
0.9. 19.9.
Give me 19.1 and it would have qualified. He's 21.1. All right, you mentioned that the next one on our list has his number retired at the shot. Gary Brads played from 61 to 64, was the National Player of the Year in 63-64. How many points per game did Gary Brads average for his career? It's the 6th highest.
I know if you look at like the single game numbers.
We're going to get to that in a little bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, he would put up like in the 40s regularly.
Yes.
I'm going to go with 18.5.
No.
Oh!
20.7. 20.7 points per game for Gary Brad.
All right. All right.
A guy that's near and dear to my heart, Bill Hoskett. When I was growing up watching Ohio State basketball, Bill Hoskett was always doing the color commentary. Love Bill Hoskett. Played from 65 to 68. He's next on the list. Points per game for Bill Hoskett during his Ohio State career. It's somewhat, every one of these just goes a little bit lower, Scott, if you're noticing.
Okay. I'll go with 18.9.
Very close. Yes. 19.5. Good job. Last one I'll give you. Jim Clemens he's next on the list. He played from 68 to 71. How many points per game did Jim Clemens average? It's a little bit lower than Bill Hoskett, maybe a point lower.
Okay, so I'm going to go 18 even.
Nailed it. 18.5. Good job. All right. Now get these exactly right. You mentioned this earlier.
Okay.
Actually, you can get within 1. Who holds the single game scoring record for Ohio State?
Gary Brads.
Okay. How many points did he score?
Did he get 50? I think he got 50.
I said he had to get within 1, right?
You sure did.
He got 49. He got it. Nice work. Nice work. Nice work.
And didn't he have like a bunch in the 40s?
A bunch. You look at the number. It's like Brad's at 49, and then Brad's and Jerry Lucas had 48. And then Brad's had like 47 like 3 times, 46.
And then a 45.
He never got to 50, but he was like always in the 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah, unbelievable. Okay, who is Ohio State's all-time leader in rebounds?
Oh. Is it Herb?
No.
Is it?
He was trying to get through it without you playing. You're not going to fool Isaiah. Come on.
Gosh, is it? It's not Bill Hoskett. Give me an era on this.
60s.
Oh, Jerry Lucas.
Jerry Lucas.
Man.
Give me, okay.
The bad miss by
Do you know how many he averaged in his career? Get within 2. How many rebounds per game did he average? It's a lot.
11.
It's a lot. No.
More than 11 rebounds a game. What?
Maybe over 6 more than that.
17 rebounds a game?
17.2 rebounds per game.
Oh, my gosh.
Kids, Jerry Lucas was good at the hoops. All right, who is second all-time in rebounds?
By the way, I don't think Aaron Bradshaw had 16 rebounds all last year, and he's 7 feet.
Until he had 1 yesterday.
Oh, my God.
Soak that in.
You mentioned this. Who's second all-time in rebounds for the Buckeyes? You mentioned him. Herb, yeah. 100, yeah. I mean, not nearly as many as Jerry. Jerry had 1,411. Herb had 1,111. So 300 less than Jerry Lucas. Who holds the single-game rebounding record? This is old school, 56, 57.
And it's not Jerry Lucas.
It's not Jerry Lucas.
16.
I'll just give it to you. It's Frank Howard Averaged
Frank
had
Howard.
32 rebounds in a game.
I'll be honest with you. That's the first name that you've mentioned I've never heard of.
You were thinking bait?
What's the era?
56-57 season versus BYU. He had 32 rebounds. Jerry Lucas, three times in his career, had 30 rebounds in a game.
32 rebounds in a game.
32 rebounds in a game, yes. All right, who's your all-time assist leader at Ohio State?
I want to say Aaron Kraft.
You want to be right.
Okay, all right.
Bam. Who's your all-time steals leader at Ohio State?
I want to stay with Aaron Kraft.
Got it.
Yes.
The smooth criminal. Go back to assists. Staying with the Thad Matta era, too. Who's second all-time in assists at Ohio State? This surprised me when I was doing my research, as we call it.
So
research.
Thad Matta era.
Yeah. Second all-time at Ohio State in assists.
I am between Jamar Butler.
You're not between anything. That's correct.
Okay.
I'm just being nice
I was
here.
going to maybe throw out Shannon Scott, but
let's stay with the Thad Matta era here. Who's your single season leader in assists? All time at Ohio State. Who had the most assists in a season? One season.
Aaron Kraft.
No.
No. Is it Jamar?
No.
Is it Shannon Scott?
It's the guy I think is the best point guard to ever play at Ohio State.
Oh, it's Mike Conley.
Mike Conley. Mike Conley, 6.1 per game, had a total of 238 year they went to the national championship game.
Man, we needed a sophomore year out of him.
You'll get this one for sure. Career leader in block shots.
Oh, Kenny Johnson, baby. The fly swatter.
And he even hit 444. I remember seeing Kenny had he bought a new car a few months after his senior year, and the personalized license plate just said block 444. Great personalized license plate.
I love Ken Johnson.
I loved him too. I remember just celebrating when he got that extra year. I thought it was the greatest thing in the world.
Yes.
All right. Single game leader in block shots.
Single game. I'm going to go Greg Oden.
No.
Is it Ken Johnson? Yeah.
I forgot about and he did it twice. How many did he have? This is the 99-2000 season. So the year after they went to the Final Four, he did it twice. How many did he have?
Gosh.
I forgot about this. This is how much we love Ken Johnson.
Did he have 10? 11?
11.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll give that to him. Yeah, both in 99-2000, that St. John's game at Madison Square Garden that Scooty Penn had the block shot.
One of my favorite games of all time.
Kenny had 11 blocks in that game. Also had 11 blocks against Iowa.
Scooty Penn's block at the very end. Who was that? Was that Eric Barkley or was that?
That sounds right. Yeah. Scooty Penn with the walk-off block.
Yes.
Kenny Johnson had 11 blocks in that game, and Scooty won it with a blocked shot.
Michael Redd was great in that game. They came back they were like down 10 with a minute to go and won that.
And it was just a few months after they beat St. John's to go to the Final Four.
That's right.
Think about that. In New York, no less.
Do you remember this?
Well,
do you remember the coach of St. John's?
Gosh, it's right on the tip of my tongue.
Mike Jarvis.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. All right. Speaking of coaching, you'll get these.
Thad Matta.
The first two are easy. Yes. Most wins for an Ohio State head coach. Thad Matta, 337, a win percentage of 733. Coach from 2005 to 2017. Second most wins.
Well, is it Chris Holtman? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Fred Taylor.
Fred Taylor is correct. 297 wins, the only national championship at Ohio State. He coached from 58 to 76. This is where it gets tough. Third. Man, you might know more about this stuff than I did.
Third.
I didn't, but pre-Fred Taylor era is just...
Okay.
I consider myself an Ohio State football historian to some degree. I'm not on Jack Park's level or anything like that, but I consider myself an Ohio State football historian. Can't say the same for basketball.
I don't think I can go before Fred Taylor.
Okay.
I don't have it.
It's Harold Olson.
Oh, Harry.
Harold coached here for a long time, my friends. He was here from 1922 to 1946.
Jeez.
And Harold won 259 games. Can you name fourth? This guy is, I was alive at the time, but kind of before I became
an Ohio. Is this Eldon Miller?
Yes.
Okay.
Nailed it. 174.
I hear a lot of criticism of that. Was still before me.
I
don't hate for him.
I guess I remember the 85-86 season, so he was the coach. But I don't remember him for some reason. But I remember Gary Williams. I was right around the time I became a big Ohio State basketball fan. He fifth? Is. Well, no, he's not fifth. He is sixth. Randy Ayers coached from 1990 to 97, 124 wins. He had 108 losses. The winning percentage isn't that good because it did not end well after starting pretty well. Okay, who is fifth?
You and I talked about this
fourth
name.
and sixth.
And I think he got a lot of wins taken away. Jim O'Brien.
No. Because I'm going by the official list. If you look at O'Brien's record, it's almost embarrassing because they took all those wins away. It looks like he's like the worst coach ever. Who's fifth all time in wins for an Ohio State coach?
Give me a relative era.
Recently. Very.
Not Chris. Is Chris Holtman fifth?
Yes. Yes. Chris Holtman's fifth all time.
What about the
137 wins, 84 losses, coached from 2017 to 24. Jake Diebler's going to be like, he's going to pass him in like 2 years.
You're going to love this.
3 years.
I was watching the early games yesterday, and on the sidelines, obviously for Butler, Thad Matta.
I bet on this game.
Other sidelines, Chris Holtman. That's an instant bet right there. When you have that coaching mismatch.
I should have mentioned this in Parlay Party, fellas. So I was like, like Isaiah, I was pulling up the betting lines. I saw it was Butler at DePaul, and I'm like, Matta versus Holtman. My favorite coach at Ohio State versus not necessarily my favorite. And it was at DePaul. I'm thinking probably like even money. DePaul's probably a slight favorite. You're getting like plus 170 on the money line for Butler.
Insta bet with that.
I threw some American dollars on that. So thank you, Thad. And they just absolutely destroyed them.
Yeah, it wasn't even close. It got closer at the end, but the bet was never in question.
DePaul made it like respectable, but Butler started the second half on like a 24-4 run or something like that, just to blow them out. And they were already like leading at halftime. You did pretty good overall. That was a hard Scotty Doesn't Know. I think you did good.
Let's incorporate one quick this or that for you guys.
Okay.
We don't need music or anything. But coaching, you getting with Chris Holtman or you getting with Randy Ayers?
This is so tough because I loved those teams, but it wasn't because of Randy Ayers.
Both great guys.
I'll get with Randy Ayers just because of my memories of those teams, even though my final memory of those teams wasn't good. It was the Fab Five beating them in the Elite Eight and me going, that was the last time I cried after one of my teams lost. It was like in junior high. Yeah, and I literally cried. You don't get mad anymore when your teams lose? No, now I just throw things and cuss, break things, maybe cut myself. No, not that. Not that.
The casino.
That's
I made a little joke about that.
When you say cut, I know. And Tito actually thought, I had like, wait, I'm just going to tell the story.
Yep, tell it.
A little pocket knife accident. I mean, it barely nicked.
A little pocket knife accident?
Well, look at it. Look. It barely nicked my top of my thumb, but it's a sharp knife. It's not your typical Swiss Army knife. It's a little sharper than that. It's not a Swiss Army knife. It's something I got from my dad. And as you can see, this is 2 weeks later, and you can't even see it. But you would have thought I was going to need like 5 stitches of the blood that was coming out of it.
Okay,
then Tito saw your little joke.
Yep.
And he reached out to me. He's like, dude, you were stabbed? Scott sent that email out saying that I survived a knife attack. And I'm like, yeah, it was a pocket knife that barely scraped the top of my thumb. And Tito actually thought that I got stabbed.
Okay, but there was blood all over the casino floor.
He says all over. You remind me of my mom. It's all over the place. It was like a little bit.
No, it was not a little bit. I went to an MMA fight last night, okay? And I saw more blood coming out of Dave's finger.
He's exaggerating.
Than I saw at the MMA fight last night.
There was, for that little bit, it was like a lot of blood, like per capita. But like, dude, it took one Band-Aid for it to just stop.
One Band-Aid. Sonny had to go back for like 4 or 5 Band-Aids for you.
That's not true. He's exaggerating.
No.
He's lying. He's mad about the Scotty Doesn't Know.
I was worried.
And now he's got people reaching out to me saying, man, you survived a stabbing? Like, no, Scotty's just an idiot. All right. More Scotty is an idiot up next. This is On the Money.
The sound of Paul Keels calling a Buckeye game is erotic.
Oh, yes.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Hey, Columbus, big news. For a limited time, get Uber One free for a full year so you could save on food and rides.
Columbus. That's a $96 value on us. Just use code Columbus. Get 1 year of $0 delivery fees, 10% off eligible food and grocery orders, and up to 6% Uber One credits on rides. Sign up for this limited time offer today using code Columbus and save big with Uber One. Offer valid through 3/31/26. Savings and $0 delivery fee on eligible orders and rides only. Fees and terms apply. See app for details.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to save big. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Save on 12-pack cans of Coca-Cola or 6-packs of Pepsi or Pure Leaf Tea. Select varieties or buy 3, get 3 free with your card. Limit 12. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Forget the pot of gold. Save some green at Coughlin Chevrolet. Lease a new 26 Chevy Trax, $169 a month. New 26 Equinox, lease for $229 a month. Or lease a new 26 Silverado, $359 a month. Visit CoughlinChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
Coughlin has the car for you. 39-month leases, Silverado 36-month lease, $39.99 due at signing plus tax, title, and license. 10,000 miles per year, 25 cents per mile over. See dealer for details. Ends 3/31/26. Get Eco.
Hey, Aaron, what are those?
Those are what are known as toilets, Jerry.
I know they're toilets, but why are they sitting back to back like bookends?
Congratulations, Jerry. You said the magic word.
Get Eco.
Bookends? Bookends is the magic word?
Take a seat, Jerry.
I choose this one.
A good choice. That is the world's most luxurious toilet.
Really? How much is it?
$6,500, including installation.
What? For $6,500, this thing would have to iron my shirts, shine my shoes, and sing happy birthday to me.
Get Eco.
It does way more than that, Jerry.
I'm switching to the other one. How much is this one?
$650, including installation.
Wow, that's a great deal. What does it do?
It does exactly what you would expect, Jerry.
Huh. From $650 to $6,500. Eco has a toilet for everyone.
Give it away, plumbers, genius electricians, and you can always trust our HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
At St. Jude, every innovation we make is a moment we give to children with cancer everywhere. But we can't do it without you.
Learn more at stjude.org.
It's March. Send it in, big fella. That means the greatest sports weekend of the year is coming, and the best place to set the puppies and watch the tournament is at Hollywood Casino Columbus. I'm Scotty Vegas, and Thursday through Sunday opening weekend, kiss the kids goodbye and hang out from noon to 5 with the fan at the Hollywood Casino Sportsbook. A Bill Raftery impersonation contest, free throw games, free shirts, and more. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966. Onions!
All your favorite fan shows are on YouTube, along with those fake YouTube ads like Chew This Gum and It Grows New Teeth. Experience the splendor of Bo sitting in his closet, Timmy Hall's gouty gold chains, and Matty Ice wearing a coat in 90-degree weather. It's all there. Head to YouTube and subscribe today.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment
on any 4-tire purchase.
And Goodyear's up to $160 off?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Goodyears and save up to $160 more. See store for details.
We're hiring at Don's Garage Doors. No experience? No problem. We provide full training, a brand new van, top-of-the-line tools, a gas card, and steady jobs with weekly pay. This isn't just a job. It's a career with real growth, great pay, and job security. Our team members go from training to 6 figures, and we're ready to help you do the same. Don't wait. Apply now at donsgaragedoors.com.
This is Pause Before You Play, and it's time for more game day picks from local sports fans. You're on the air. Who you got?
Actually, I'm not betting, just chilling and watching the game.
I know that move. A pause. Sounds like you've got a winning strategy.
Exactly. After I set limits and recognized the risk, I knew it was time to stop.
Now that is responsible betting, folks. Sports are fast. Betting shouldn't be. Make a plan at pausebeforeyouplay.org. That's pausebeforeyouplay.org.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. And now back to a show featuring two dudes who've been kicked out of their homes by angry wives. This pretty much sums up every show we have here on The Fan. You're listening to On the Money.
Sponsored by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Man, the smile has not left my face since yesterday. Bruce, now your scoring leader at Ohio State. How awesome was that yesterday? Just storybook way he did it, too. This is a sports betting show, and we are getting complaints that we are not giving out picks. So guess what? This is the best bet segment, so we are going to try and make you some money. Gio in Pickerington says, I thought this was a sports betting show. I've only heard one bet. I need to pay for the gas in my car. Let's go. All right.
And gas prices are not as friendly as they were recently.
So, Gio, I'm going to give you some picks. One, I'm going to give you a little flaw in one of the sports books, and you can take advantage of it. So, in the Fanatics Sportsbook, there are odds to win the national championship, and Florida is plus 650 to win it all. However, don't take that bet. Move your little tab over to conference to win the national championship and take the SEC. Just so you know, Florida's in the SEC. Take that at 9-1 because I love the value on Florida winning the national championship at 9-1. That's the value that I took this morning. That's a little thing. And if we get to the Final Four and Florida's in there, you'll have the opportunity to hedge. So that's one bet that I'm offering up. A couple more college basketball ones today. Michigan State is plus 9.5 at Michigan. And Tom Izzo absolutely hates Michigan just about as much as we hate Michigan. And I like the plus 9.5. The last time those two teams played, it was close. Michigan kind of pulled away at the end with some free throws and stuff like that. It's I think, a good value to take Michigan State on the road plus 9.5 today at Michigan. And then the last one, it's senior day at Nebraska. Sometimes you put those seniors on the floor at the very end and you can blow some of the points that you have a lead. I like Iowa plus 6 today against a Nebraska team that has not been playing great lately. So Iowa was right in it, almost beat Michigan during the week. Give me the plus 6 with Iowa. Dave, your best bets. Are you on the Horizon League tournament or what?
Yeah, I'll probably wait till tomorrow for the semifinals to really get in knee deep on the Horizon League tournament. Wright State playing in the semifinals. Tomorrow they'll play the winner of Northern Kentucky and Green Bay, who play today. I tell you what, I'm going to tell you I like Michigan State plus 9.5. I like that a lot. Michigan playing at home senior day. I think Michigan's going to win. They're an excellent team. I'm curious to see how Michigan looks without LJ Cason. I know they played one game already without him. Yeah, he's a backup, but he's their best 3-shooter. He's like a really good backup point guard. I'm curious how much that's going to hurt them. I like Michigan State to cover that spread today, plus 9.5. Yeah, Izzo and Dusty May do not like each other. There's a lot. That just spices it up even more. Michigan and Michigan State don't like each other at all. Then the two head coaches don't like each other. I love it. Looking forward to that game. Go ahead.
So we have just under a minute to go in the show. Can we play the basketball theme song and do some dancing? Because guess what? Ohio State is going dancing this year, and I feel like dancing.
I want to see you dance.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Hey, that stopped really soon.
I was going to say that's
pretty shortcut there, I will say.
Dude, we are dancing. Bruce is going to be dancing.
I feel so good for Bruce. I feel good for all Buckeye Nation. I feel good for Jake Diebler. I feel the best for Bruce. And if you're a Buckeye fan out there, I feel good for you because it feels so good that the Buckeyes are going to be dancing. That is our show for today. Thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it very much. For Scotty Vegas and Isaiah Jacob, I am Dave Biddle. Don't go anywhere. Up next is Fan Sports Sunday with our guys Cole Bartimus and Dylan Gonzalez. This has been On the Money.
If the sound of another man slammed against plexiglass turns you on, you've come to the right place. Proud to be your home for jackets.